Coming up to set a screen. James goes the other way. Drives down the lane. Back out to Green. Green for three. Off the mark. No good. Marquise Morris has it. Throws it inside and throws it out of bounds.
Talked about it. This is good defense. You want it with a wide open shot, but you have to be willing to give up.
Danny Green, once considered one of the best three-point shooters in the league. A guy you could count on to come off the bench or start. A guy that could defend some of the best guards in the game. And now, one of the most hated players and disrespected players in the league right now. Now, he's seen as a guy who misses shots, is inconsistent, and needs to be traded. This is the story of how one of the best shooters in NBA history soon became one of the most disliked and disrespected players to ever play, a guy who's misunderstood. In this video, I'll be talking about how one bad playoff shouldn't have determined how he's viewed when it comes to his legacy by the public and his view by fans. Hold on. Now, before y'all attack me, I just want to say I'm not making excuses for Danny Green. I will be showing y'all throughout the video the reasons why people are viewing him the way he is now. And I'll be going through his career and explaining to y'all why he doesn't deserve the disrespect and hate he has received during this past season. And I just want to make it clear that this is an opinionated video. I hope y'all stay tuned to the end. And if you don't agree with me, just let me know in the comments. I'm open to it, and I'm not going to get mad at y'all for y'all's opinion. And I feel like I just had to make this video. And I was planning on making this video back during the NBA Finals when all this was going down, but I didn't have the time. And I originally made this video about a month ago, but the video got taken down when I had to get a new phone. I lost the file. But anyways, let's begin. To understand all this, we must start at the beginning. Danny Green was born on June the 22nd, 1987 in North Babylon, New York. At a young age, Danny Green fell in love with the game of basketball. He went to high school at North Babylon High School his freshman year, but then he decided to attend St. Mary's High School, a private school also in New York. He averaged 20 points per game, 10 rebounds per game, 4 assists per game, and 4 blocks per game as a senior. He was a 4-star listed as the number 8 shooting guard in the nation and 31 best player in the 2005 class. In college, he decided to play for the University of North Carolina, where he attended for 4 years. He played in more games and had more wins than any other Tar Heel before him. He's the only ACC player in history with at least 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, 250 assists, 150 three-pointers, 150 blocks, and 150 steals. He won 4 times against rival Duke, and his most famous college highlight was his dunk on Greg Papalas. In Green's senior year in 2009, he won the NCAA championship when North Carolina beat Michigan State. He was drafted number 46 overall by the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 2009 draft. Green played 20 games his rookie year, mainly coming off the bench, but he was waived in 2010. In January 2011, Green was signed by the Reno Bighorns of the NBA D-League. There he averaged 20 points per game, 7.5 rebounds per game in only 16 games. The Spurs would sign Danny Green and assigned him to the Austin Toreros of the NBA D-League. During the 2011 NBA lockout, Green played overseas and returned to the Spurs once the lockout ended. When given the opportunity, Green broke out, starting 38 of 66 games he played, and he would end up becoming the starting shooting guard over Spurs legend Manu Ginobili. In July 2012, Green re-signed with San Antonio for 3 seasons, and had efficient numbers the next 3 seasons, being a key player on a great squad. In the 2013 NBA Finals, the Spurs went up against the Miami Heat, and Danny Green went off.
Green from downtown. Green is now 3 for 4 from long distance. Ginobili to Danny Green. That's a 3. It's good. Danny Green from downtown. splitter to Parker. Danny Green was big in game one. Starts off game two with another three. Already a couple of real nice hustle plays from Leonard. Danny Green nails another three. In 1+ final. Green. 3 for 3 from down. Here comes Gary Neal. Neal slips, gets to the green, hits a three. Danny Green again from downtown. He's hit 6 in a row going back to game two.
Terrific defender like Paul George.
Oh, Danny Green!
In game one, Green had 4 threes and 5 rebounds. In game two, he scored 17 points and having 5 3-pointers. And in game 6, he had 24 points with 6 threes, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Green broke the NBA record for the most threes in the NBA Finals with 23. The record would later be broken by Stephen Curry in 2016. In the 2014 Finals, the Spurs got revenge on the Heat, and Danny Green became only the 3rd Tar Heel to win both an NCAA and NBA championship. 2015, Green set the franchise record for 191 3-pointers in a season, and he would re-sign with San Antonio. Fast forward now to 2018. Kawhi Leonard, who had been injured most of the season, was wanting out of San Antonio, and the Raptors were looking to make some moves after falling short of the NBA Finals multiple times, losing to LeBron James in the Eastern Conference Finals twice. The Raptors decided to make a big trade with San Antonio. Star Kawhi Leonard, who had wanted out of San Antonio, was traded alongside with Danny Green to Toronto, and San Antonio received DeMar DeRozan, Jakob Poeltl, and a draft pick. The Spurs lost huge on this trade. Not only trade one of the best players in the league, but Danny Green, a veteran on the team, a knockdown scorer, defensive threat, a team player, and a leader in the locker room. Losing Green would hurt San Antonio not just at the guard position, but off the court as well. In Toronto, Green would be a key factor on the team, which went 58-24 in the regular season. On January the 19th, Green set a franchise record for most 3-pointers in a quarter, with 7 in the third against the Memphis Grizzlies. He averaged 45% from 3, 10.3 points per game, and 4 rebounds per game. In pregame introductions, he was introduced as the money man from three-point land, Danny Money Money Green. Well, that apparently isn't the case anymore, according to most people, which we'll talk about soon. Off the court, Danny Green still showed his love for basketball, where he started basketball and skill camps for kids in multiple locations, including Chapel Hill, cities in Texas, and even in Canada. At the camps, Green didn't just teach and talk about the game, but also about everyday life, positivity, perseverance, and more. In 2018, he launched a basketball podcast called Inside the Green Room. In the NBA Finals, the Toronto Raptors defeated the Golden State Warriors to capture the first championship in franchise history. In the Finals, Danny Green averaged 8.7 points per game, 32% from 3, 1 steal per game, and 4.6 rebounds per game.
Fleet to Ibaka. Ibaka's shot doesn't go. At the rim, denied by Money Green.
When Kawhi chose the Clippers instead, so the Lakers filled out their roster with veterans, most notably Boogie Cousins and Kawhi's former teammate Danny Green. Lakers also brought back Rajon Rondo and JaVale McGee. Nick, what do you make of the Lakers' moves after missing out on Kawhi?
All right, I love the Danny Green move. The Danny Green move was necessary. He was one of the top targets before you ever even thought Kawhi was a possibility.
Now in the offseason, he would be signed by the Lakers to a 2-year contract.
I've been to the finals and have won. So many veterans that I don't have to be that main focus or that main leader guy in the locker room. We can do it collectively as a group, and I think that that's going to be real helpful in the future, especially deep in the playoffs when we have our depth or we have some injuries. You never know what's going to happen, but that experience is going to help us a ton in the future.
Now you must understand, in Los Angeles, there came more spotlight, more watchful eyes, and more criticism for mistakes that would have not gotten as much attention for on most other teams. Heading into the 2019-2020 season, Green was 32 years old, now in his 11th season and getting older. In the regular season, the Lakers, led by stars LeBron James and Anthony Davis, would go 52-19, and Danny Green saw less minutes than he had the previous 6 seasons of his career. In his Lakers debut, Green scored 28 points, going 10 of 14 from the field, in a loss to the Los Angeles Clippers.
And Harold grabs the rebound. Steal by Danny. Oh, and picked up by
2010 in Cleveland, and against him in the 2013-14 finals while he was with the Spurs.
oh, Green. Find Danny Green. Green, 3 for the lead. Good!
He broke the record for most points in a debut in franchise history. However, his numbers were on the decline. He played 68 games, was 41.6% from the field, 36.7% from 3, and only scored 8 points per game, 3.3 rebounds per game, and 1 assist per game. Once a scoring threat, Green seemed to be on a decline. It had to come at one point. You see it with many athletes. Once they reach 30-plus years old, most of them's numbers will start to drop. Unfortunately, now that he was in the land of sunshine and opportunity, negativity and criticism would rise higher than ever before. One bad game, you would get slammed, criticized, and sent terrible messages online. In the playoffs, Green was struggling, but also quietly a contributor on the defensive end, with 20 steals and 18 blocks.
Green,
Beautiful block.
One of the 2 guards there to get the sneakiest blocks.
In the NBA Finals, the Lakers would face the Miami Heat. Unfortunately for Green, he just couldn't find a rhythm, going 33% from 3, 34% from the field, and 66% from the line.
100%. Danny Green back in the game. It's back out to Green. Danny Green. Danny Green left wide open. Green's going to have to hoist it up. Just gets it off in time.
You happy birthday to your dad also. Hello to your mom. Ron James had to look down court and wait for a guy to come down.
Green fakes, goes to the side, 3-pointer with 6 to shoot. Danny Green for 3.
Danny Green missed a wide-open shot in Game 5, which would have won the game for the Lakers and would have captured them the championship. Once a heat check scorer, Green was now being bashed by fans, celebrities, the biggest being Snoop Dogg, who said this.
I'm talking about them other on the bench. Start making them in the gym right now and go work on your. So when Bron throw them, you make it.
You pass that instead of take a layup. You give the this is who you want to have the ring in their hand. You know what I'm saying? This is who you want to be the leader right here. You're relying on Green of Danny to make the last shot in an NBA Finals game. Bro, Green of Danny literally has less than 20 jersey sales, bro.
There were death threats sent to him and his fiancée, Blair Bashan, which is absolutely unnecessary, and was getting destroyed online by comments and memes. Coming into the season, he was a huge acquisition. Now he was being called washed up, tradable, trash, and many other things. Sadly, his future in Los Angeles looked bad. Meanwhile, off the court, Danny Green has stayed the same. He didn't dwell on the negativity, criticism, and a rough season. Green said that as he's gotten older and more mature, there's many other things going on that need to have light shed on and to help others. He spoke about world issues and how there's way more important things going on than the game of basketball. And best of all, he said he's not the guy who's worried about what others think. And to be honest, if you put other athletes in the situation he was, I don't know how many other ones would have been able to stay focused, calm, and positive throughout what he experienced. Green is a class act, a guy who got targeted but is still standing. Now he's laughing off the haters. He is now the only 4th player in NBA history to win 3 rings with 3 different teams. The hate and amount of criticism given to him was not deserved. He had one bad season, not uncommon. One missed game winner in the NBA Finals, big deal. The Lakers would win the next game to win the title. Missed shots in the playoffs, no need to try to destroy the guy. This is why he is misunderstood and doesn't deserve the hate. Green is humble, kind, a great teammate, and one of the best shooters in NBA history. A man who doesn't let haters get the best of him. No matter what, I'll look at Danny Green as a threat from three, one of the best defensive shooting guards, a team player, a person with a lot of heart, dedication on and off the court, and I could go on and on. And yes, Danny Green is one of my favorite players, but I can now speak for the minds of many that he doesn't deserve the hate. Now I leave it to you. Do you agree with me? Should I make this a series where I spotlight players who are misunderstood? Will Danny Green bounce back? Is his future on the Lakers in doubt? What will people remember him for? Unfortunately, it may be his one bad season. But he shouldn't be remembered for it. Comment down below your thoughts and share this video with other basketball fans, influencers, and YouTubers. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.